The dog sniffs the wooden decking, like there's something wrong.
Something's wrong. Something's wrong, and it's not right. I don't know, but there's something wrong, and it's underneath the floor. Be careful down there, missus. You're not smelling what I'm smelling.
I'll call this place plank by plank. I'll find him.
Joe's a good swimmer.
The dwarf peers at an expertly dissected fish, gently...
Fascinating. Oh, my... I mean, no, what do you want?
The dwarf stares at you.
I didn't agree to that. Go find some other dwarf to be chummy with.
Come on, life's at stake.
Never forget it.
What kind of rat would sell such filth?
The kind that don't fancy starving, along with the rest of this town. Well, hello, stranger. Interested in drift?
You look down at the cart and see fish with
Have it your way, mate.
Buying or selling? Capital. Good luck to you.
Much business today.
People don't want to retail. Can't blame them. There's no safety net.
Well, keep steady. People still need potions. They'll be by soon enough. Got word from the factory that another boat went down. Things ain't looking good.
Yeah. You suppose the Madison will get rid of the boy woken any time?
Just no more disappearances? No more deaths? It seems justice has been served well. Belle who? Oh, yes, her. Well, she died a magister. Absolutely not. He's still a thief and likely a sorcerer as well.
He fixes you with a stare. Then a smile creases his face. A smile carefully constructed.
Greetings, stranger. Looking to ease...
He purses his lips. His fingers drum a pattern on his elbow as he assesses you.
I'm sorry. I mistook you for a different kind. Don't come back.
Nova.
What now? Got a kitchen and a bar to run. Bloody idiot. Somebody should have taught her.
Killed by sorcerers, a most vile incident.
You're a comrade of the brave soul who's to retrieve my... Always. I haven't forgotten what I've heard about the chef's mastery of the pot and cleaver. I'm simply waiting to have it proven to me.
Thus ended the conclusion of a noble bloodline. Who gains the title Most Divine? We wait.
Pretty good, ain't he? They'd even...
Arguing with Mac is like giving medicine to the dead. He's as stubborn as a corpse and smells the parts of...
Another sorcerer on the loose. I knew they should have cut off the Meister's head and burned the rest. Gotta make sure it don't grow.
Wait, my friends, for Alexander the Innocent. You have interrupted my newest masterpiece.
The bard clears his throat and gargles on his own.
Well, never you mind. Every sonnet I compose is a master. Wait! You might be just the stimulus I needed. I shall craft a magnificent. But if I am to write a first-rate work...
He stares at you for a few torture...
My first question. Are you hungry? Actually, that's not quite what I mean. But
he smiles a crooked smile and runs a hand...
An elf craves those memories like an addict craves Drudene. A pity that you turn to the dead for emotional sustenance. I suspect you collect memories not for knowledge, but from fear. Your homeland fell to the ravages of war and death fog. You...
The bard hems and haws, then bellows his next words to anyone who might hear.
To all lovers of verse, I bring Glum... Elf connects the wisdom of the age.
No rest. No rest.
An elf in tattered red robes shifts through pages of handwritten notes spread across the table.
So many suspects. So many potential culprits. I need to narrow down the list. Think, you damn elf, think.
A floorboard creaks beneath your foot. The elf leaps around abruptly.
What are you doing, elf? Trying to get a drop on me? Sneak up and slit my throat? I'm no elf. Don't you call me that.
The elf glares and pulls aside his ragged red clothing. Beneath it, his chest is laced with a series of scars. Old war wounds by the looks of them.
You see that, elf? That's Magister flesh. Loyal flesh that's made sacrifices for a true cause. You have more in common with insects and vermin than you do with me. I'm exactly where I need to be, elf. Helping my true brothers, however I can. My own Magister comrades are vanishing from right here in Driftwood. Whoever's behind it must be stopped. If you hear anything, come to me. The cook? Of course, of course. I had worked it out for myself, naturally. I was just about to present my findings to the Magisters. Well done, stranger. So it was an elf all this time. Perhaps the Magisters were right to remove my kind from their ranks. The fiend has faced justice, I assume?
The elf's face falls a little. The chase is over, and he remains outside the Magister ranks.
And did you tell the Magisters? Did you take the credit for solving the disappearances? I was a Magister once. It was my whole life. But elves were banished from the ranks. I had hoped maybe if I could solve this case for them, they'd let me back into the fold. No matter. Farewell, stranger. I never would have stopped those disappearances. I'm just another bloody useless elf. The Magisters were right to get rid of my kind.
Alice. Get that sorcerer.
Elf collects the wisdom of the ages.
Jedem.
Good to meet you, Governor. What's your poison, then? A sip or a smoke?
It can't be far.
She smacks. She's definitely not smiling with you.
Please, please, could you help me? What am I going to do? It can't be far, can it? What am I going to do? Please, you there. Please, you there.
Hackles raised, the dog barks at the sand built up beneath the building. Hackles raised, the dog barks at the sand built up beneath the building.
There's something not right, and that's wrong. It's under the house thing there, and it's bad. I can smell it. You be careful now. What's under there smells real bad. It smells evil.
If any of you see so much as a rat's hair out of place, you tell the Magisters. Then we can get them out, and you can get back to work.
Junk. Junk.
Careful now, that's a trap. Careful now, that's a trap. This place stinks. But some of these barrels look interesting.
Careful now, that's a trap.
One barrel of fish stands out from the others. It's sealed and marked with a cross. Something about it seems familiar. One barrel of fish stands out from the others. It's sealed and marked.
Nice.
Dripping with liquid sauce, this barrel is sealed and marked with a cross. From the nothing stirs in the dank and stinking basement, and yet you feel an imminent presence. Inside, you find not fish, but weapons. Powerful weapons, the kind...
Come play, little beast. Come die. give up? Aren't you tired of fighting?
Then we can get them out, and you can get back to work.
You see a man, well-fed and wealthy, but stress has lined his face and narrowed his waist. He tries to ignore your presence, fails.
See here, elf. I'm very busy. The factory is crawling with magisters, and our shipments to Arks are held up. Time is money. Don't waste my money. What do you want? Fish. This is a fish factory. I'm shipping fish to Arks. Now please, there's the door. I suggest you use it. Your kind obviously lacks the sophistication to understand basic business principles, but it may interest you to know that there's a market for everything. You just have to find it. Or...
A dark shadow passes across his face.
sometimes it finds you. That's privileged information. I have a trade to protect.
He gives you a cool look.
I wouldn't imagine the likes of you would know one end of a fish from the other, but I shouldn't think that'd stop you trying. Good day to you. Don't let the door hit you on your way out.
You see a man, well-fed and wealthy, but stress has lined his face and narrowed his waist. He seems to be expecting you.
You took your time. The magisters are searching the place, and Lohar needs to get his stuff out of the basement if he doesn't want to lose it.
He looks surprised. Might be faking it. Might not.
What weapons? What basement?
He tries to look shocked, fails, knows it, knows you know it too.
Lohar. Lohar's smuggling weapons to Arks. He hides them in the basement, and I make sure they reach the destination. What they're used for and who uses them isn't my business. And it's not yours either.
He swallows, like he has a lump in his throat.
You look like the kind of person who's very forgetful, with the right motivation. I have a sum of money in my pocket. It adds up to a very good time in the tavern. Take it and go, and if you say a word to Julian or anyone else...
He leans forward and lowers his...
Expect trouble. Fine, but I warn you, don't push me any further. Get out of here now before I tell Lohar you've been wandering around upsetting the fish cart. See if your money's any good to you then. Good day to you. If any of you see so much as a rat's hair out of place, you tell the magisters. Then we can get them out, and you can get back to work.
Hail to your house and hail to the Queen. Does me down good to see a stout, proud dwarf, and no mistake. I see your mother raised you well, lad. I'm doing grand, thank you very much. A damn sight better than them other dwarves. Bunch of patsies. Easy for you to say, ain't it? I bet you could punch a Voidwalker and get it to apologise for getting in your way. But I ain't a violent man, Jack. It just pisses me off to see dwarves sing praises of Reds. Bloody disgrace, I say. Glad to hear you say it. The day will come we'll overthrow 'em, you mark my words. Until then, I'll practice the art of gutting unspoiled fish. Fugitive? Ah, yeah. I don't think that's something I should be discussing with strangers. And it's a courtesy I'd like to extend to you. I surely would, if it weren't so dangerous with all them Reds around. No, I shan't be baited. I ain't saying nothing on the topic no more. Godspeed, buggered fine. I'll tell you all I know.
The dwarf leans in and begins whispering conspiratorially.
This fella runs along, right, sweating, panicking. Reds racing after him like hunting hounds. Hide in a barrel, you fool, I yelled. And what do you know? He did. Problem is, he's still in there. Been hours. Can't go nowhere, he can't, not with the Reds around.
You'd swear the shark was smiling at you.
Looking for Magister Raymond, you're too late. Yes? Have you anything to report? The rat bastards. Hid 'em right under our very noses. A marvellous find indeed. But I don't suppose you actually saw Lohar or one of his cronies handle these weapons in person.
He rolls his eyes when he realizes you were being sarcastic.
Fine. You got me. Now can we please move on with the... This smuggling operation must be part of the bigger conspiracy that I suspect is taking place somewhere in the treacherous Reaper's Bluffs. I trust I'll continue to have your unmitigated support and loyalty as a matter of course. Speaking of loyalty, here's a little incentive to keep up the good work. Don't you...
I've got years of fishing experience behind me, and I'm reduced to begging to gut and clean what catchers make it back.
The dog lies there quietly, clearly. It snaps at your hand. It flinches. A low, threatening growl builds within its throat. Under the collar, you find the sharpened points of metal rivets, gouging the poor dog's skin. The dog bares its teeth at you and growls. The dog gives you a long, hard stare, but does not bite you. Yet. The dog goes to bite your hand, and then realizes the pain is gone. He licks your hand and grins. Then he turns to his master, gives him one loud bark of protest, and leaves.
Penny for a grieving beggar whose dog ran away. God damn it! How's my livelihood? Penny for a grieving beggar? I reckon I'm owed it here. No. You wouldn't do that, would you? Oh, yes. You would do that, wouldn't you? I couldn't prevail upon you to change your mind, could I?
He gives you a cool look, then rummages in his pocket. He counts the money out.
That's your lot. Go on then, get lost, you freeloader. I'm working here.
Yes, yes.
People don't want to leave town. Can't blame them.
There's no safety in solitude. Well, keep steady.
Magister's dropping left and right. Can't say I'm shedding it.
No more disappearances? No more deaths? It seems justice has been served well. Source weapons? What the hell are they doing there? Be sure to tell Raymond. No more disappearances? No more deaths? It's absolutely not. He's still a thief and likely a sorcerer as well. No. Belle who? Oh, yes. Her. Well... To think someone has the nerve to murder Magisters.
I'm Alexander. You're the sorcerer, Mary Lane.
much as a rat's hair out of place, you tell the magisters. Then we can get them out.
What? You be needing something from me, lass? Ain't much inclined to rub elbows with humans, if you catch me drift. Oh, that's you, is it? Yeah, I heard some talk on the grapevine. Besides, you ain't one of the Reds. You ain't red, you ain't wrong, that's what I say. Glad to hear you say it. The day will come. I had friends. Good friends. Not even dwarves, some. Ever heard of that place? Fort Joy? They send you there means you ain't never coming back. You've been there? Smack in the middle of the lion's den? Crikey! So you're a sorcerer then? In that case, you must know about the fugitive. That fella all those Reds are looking for. I mean, if he's a sorcerer too, you'll want to do right by him, won't you?
The dwarf leans in and begins whispering conspiratorially.
This fella runs along, right, sweating, panicking. Reds racing after him like hunting hounds. Hide in a barrel, you fool, I yelled. And what do you know? He did. Problem is, he's still in there. Been hours. Can't go nowhere, he can't, not with the Reds around. What? You be needing something from me, lad? Ain't much.
Behind the containers, the fish in one of the barrels shifts slightly.
Please, you have to help me. The Magisters have gone mad. I'm a salesman. I tinker. I fix things. I wonder. I buy and sell books when I can. I had nothing to do with those Magisters vanishing. Please help me. I don't want to die. I don't want them to take me. I just need to get out of Driftwood. I can't risk being seen, but if you can get out of town, I can escape to Arks. Please, I'll do anything. Just don't let them see me. Don't let them find me. Thank you. By Lucian. 7 times divine, thank you. I'll follow your lead, but please, at last, I can breathe again. At last! I was sure I'd die in that wretched place. You have my thanks. If not for you, I probably would have been found, gutted, and salted. I can't just saunter away. Who knows what might be lurking in a place like this? But once I'm sure the way's clear, I'm running to Ox like a cat with its tail on fire. I'm done with this stinking town. Oh, of course. Here. This is the most powerful scroll that I have. And the one that caused all the trouble in the first place. Take it. I hope I know. In the kitchens of the tavern, of all places. That cook had it. Offered it for a great price, too. I thought she was an idiot selling it so cheap. Then again, I'm the dolt who ended up in a barrel. But, oh, of course. I mean, I'm not much of a sorcerer, but I have my connections. Hanag's a pretty powerful source master. Incredible control of portals. I've never seen anyone bend space like she can. Last I heard, she was holed up in a house out in Paradise Downs, the farms to the north. There's more than a few magisters around those parts, though. She might still be there. Might not. But I pity any red cloak that gets on her bad side.
He pauses for a long moment, his eyes lingering on your weapon.
I mean, okay. Look, if you want something else, go to Blood Moon Island. I'm not giving you a name. I'm not giving you anything. Whoever you find there, whatever you find, it's not on me. But if you really want a sorcerer, go to Blood Moon Island. And that's all I have to say about it. I swear, once I get to Arx, I'm going to have the bath of my...
No more disappearances? No more deaths? It seems justice has been served well. Of course not. The likes of him was bound to be guilty of something. Good riddance.
Bell who?
Wait until headquarters hears of my success, and perhaps I'll be promoted.
No Magister's coming for me. I ain't no sorcerer.
You better hope they never come through to our control.
What is it? I have a lot on my mind. That's right. Lost one of my best lads, Anhar. Didn't get Charlie's body back, though. Maybe one of them beasts took her like they did the sorcerers. We will, once the Reds turn down the alarm a bit. They're jumpy as all hell for the moment. Won't do anyone any good to raise a ruckus now. Whatever needs doing. Isn't that obvious? Hope you see him to make yourself useful. What is it? I have a lot on my mind. Whatever needs doing. Isn't that obvious?
That's the spot. Watch 'em fight. Watch 'em. See that? Right in the kisser.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.